And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your
We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans.
Yo, yo. Hello, everybody. Yo, yo. Happy late Easter.
Hey, yo-yo. Hey, yo-yo. Hey, yeah-yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yeah-yo.
Uh-oh. It's that bunny day. Did you guys have a good bunny day yesterday?
I did.
We didn't really do a lot.
Didn't do a lot?
Yeah, we found a lot of eggs.
Okay.
Kids had a lot of fun. It was actually really, really nice weather here, so we all got together at Big Ron's house.
Nice.
Went outside, played with the kids and all that stuff.
Nice.
But, more importantly, I enjoyed Trans Visibility Day because the transsexuals need to overcome Easter. I mean, Easter, who needs Easter? You got a tranny? Come on, put on the bunny suit, everybody.
Yeah.
A tranny in a bunny suit, that'll make your Easter so much better.
I saw one yesterday walking around and I just said, hey, I see you. And they're like, what do you mean? I said, no,
You're visible.
You're visible today. So
You're visible.
And they just said, fuck you, man. And then I'm joking. I didn't
Well,
say
wait, so does that mean every other day is Invisibility Day? So we don't have to acknowledge them anymore?
something like that.
Oh, maybe.
That would be
Something
nice.
like that. Yeah, man. That's good. You guys
You just completely ignore them altogether.
you guys didn't do anything yesterday? You worked.
I
right?
worked yesterday and
Yeah.
I got home at like 7:30, 7:45.
Just kind of hung.
That
and then
sucks.
I got home, we put the kids to bed. I quickly ate some dinner and then we stuffed some eggs full of Hershey Kisses.
Nice. Nice.
And I hid those in the yard and stuff last night at like 12:30. Or not last night, but yeah, it was
late.
I don't
the
know
night
fucking
before?
day.
Because, I mean, come on. Like, are you doing the
12:30
day after
at
Easter?
night. Yeah.
Oh,
I hid
okay.
those in the yard. So when they got up
Oh, they were able
on,
to go
on
out.
Easter Sunday, like
Yeah.
they were able to go out and do the thing. So
That's
Saturday
good.
night,
I
I
get you.
hit
That's
those.
There we go. Yeah.
But
Timeline's
it's,
getting
it's
a little
funny because I had like 112 eggs or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I'm hidden like on the railing of the porch all the way around and in the yard and all the way up in the trees a little bit and all over in the yard over here. And then I was like, we went to bed and I got up and I went out and like to look to make sure they're like, okay, they're going to be able to find it because I did it in the dark. So I'm like, they're going to be able to see all these and they'll have fun. Well, I went out there and like a bunch on the whole side of the yard over here were gone.
What?
Oh, no. Animals?
Animals, dude.
Dude, it's the fucking armadillos, man. They thought
The
they were their
dillos.
eggs, man. The dillos are like, that's my shit.
The dillos or something came in and took some, a bunch of them. Because there was a bunch over there on that side of the yard. And
Wow.
I was like, this is like, it's bare over here. Like, what the fuck?
So, do you guys, is the armadillo like the opossum over here in the West Coast?
No, we have
possums here too.
It's just you see armadillos just kind of every once in a while. They just
I have one that hangs around and digs fucking holes in the yard over here. And I want to kill it.
They're weird animals,
Son of a
man.
bitch.
Like when you see them, you're just like, it's a weird looking creature, man.
It's an alien.
Because it's like it's prehistoric
How do
looking,
you-
sort of.
How do you kill an armadillo? Like
Kick
from the
it.
underbelly?
Yeah, you kick it, bro.
You just kick it in the
I
head?
don't know.
Rolls up.
But I
fucking-
know,
it's like a soccer ball.
some like animals took off with it because I was like looking out there before I left for work and I was like, motherfuck, what the fuck's going on
Yeah.
here? And I look over and I seen some open ones like farther out in the trees.
Mm.
Yeah.
So they
Do you
fucking
ever
got
hide them like in your house, dude?
Ash wanted to do that and I said that's boring as shit. So
Chris,
I
Chris
didn't-
wasn't having it.
I didn't want to do that.
You can take my
Well-
fucking real tree, but you're not taking my Easter egg hunting. You know what I mean? This is Christmas time, man.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Well,
I
I mean,
just-
now you got to deal with the wildlife stealing that shit, dude.
Well,
I'm sure you didn't think that was going to happen.
I honestly didn't think about the animals taking
Can you imagine some armadillo dude who just takes that egg back and he opens it for some reason? He's like, "What you been doing, honey? The fuck's this?
What's the fuck's
What's
this?
the fucking
This
chocolate
is
bar?
chocolate.
This thing doesn't look like me." And
Do
it's
I
a
look
fucking-
like chocolate?
It's like a melted Reese's.
Yeah,
What you put a
dude.
turd in my
Well,
egg for?
Hey, what does that armadillo taste like? That's what I want to know. Because like bears who eat a lot of berries taste like
yeah.
berries. So it's like,
I thought
is
you
this
meant
a
like
chocolate
what does an
know.
armadillo taste like? I'm probably not great. I don't think that would.
What do they eat?
Eh,
Like
probably
bugs?
chewy.
They probably
like
eat bugs,
alligators
and stuff,
and
right?
fucking they like. It just seems like they just eat whatever's around. You know what I mean? Scavengers.
They're digging. They're probably digging for like worms,
and
shit.
Yeah, man.
Because Over on the
Yeah.
yard over here, there's
No.
constantly like
Don't.
hundreds of fucking little tiny holes just like dug up all
Oh, so
all
they're
along
like the
perimeter.
gopher of Texas.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, we woke up yesterday and we just fucking took off, man. We went on like I wouldn't say it's like a road trip, but we just went around to the coast and we decided to go to Kemah. I don't know if you ever heard of Kemah. Try
No.
something new. Try something new. It's in the bay or whatever. It's got a cool ass boardwalk and it has a wooden roller coaster that's fucking huge and scary as shit, bro.
Oh, dude, I love those.
This one was it was big and we were watching it and the kids were just like, no way, because it was so fast.
Sketch.
And you could see it just shifting, man. I took video of it and you could see like when it would go drive by, you could see the whole fucking thing shift, man. I was like,
Oh.
man.
So it's only a matter of time.
well, it's been around forever, man. And I'm sure but no, it was cool, man. We just went down there. We had some lunch and
Don't
shit.
build them like they used to.
And then we hung out and we left and we drove to NASA Space Center and we didn't go in, but we just went outside and they had the big shuttle outside. So we just drove through it and saw all the stuff. And then we
Dude,
went to
what do you guys-
Galveston, man. We drove all to Galveston, just had dinner and fucking played on the beach for a couple hours. Came back at 10 o'clock at night.
Well, yeah, that's
Hell
what
yeah,
it
dude!
was.
I wish I could play on the beach.
Oh, it was nice, man. Yeah.
I gotta wait until the one nice week. Of
Oh, yeah,
One
right.
nice, yeah.
Because usually
But,
it's cloudy as shit.
Dude, it was
Don't go
fucking
somewhere.
packed out there, man. Like with Easter,
Oh, I
because
bet.
everybody's off, it was fucking packed,
Yeah.
dude. The beach.
We went down.
So,
or go
like
ahead.
the NASA Center, though. Like, I just want to ask you, like,
Yeah.
what is the NASA Center?
That's
It's
where
in
they-
Houston.
Yeah, that's the South
Houston, we have a problem. Is
Yeah.
that
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
original,
It's
yeah.
literally like 45 minutes from
It's
here.
where they released SpaceX, man.
Well,
It's right
did
there.
you hear what they're doing during the solar eclipse?
Oh, they're shooting rockets or something at it, right?
Yeah, they named this mission after some old deity like snake god, and they're shooting 3 rockets at the sun or something, at the moon or just up in the sky. I don't.
Is this
I don't-
like Project Joe Dirt or something?
Yeah, I don't-
Let's shoot fireballs at it.
I've never heard it. So they're doing it on, like from Houston? They're doing it?
I don't know if it's from Houston, but I mean
has
it
to
might be.
because the path goes through like Austin, Houston
Yeah.
area. It's not going through
Why?
Florida.
Why shoot?
I don't
shoot
know why they
rockets
would do
at it?
that. But I will tell you
Unless
this.
they think whatever is causing the eclipse
Yeah.
is not another
I
planet.
really want to go down there when they set off one of those rockets, man.
Oh yeah.
Because I was in 1999 or late 98. I can't remember. I was in Florida. My uncle lived close to Kennedy over there.
Mm.
And when we were at his house, I could see the rocket go off. But it's like it was miles, but you could see it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't very loud or
Yeah.
anything, but I could see it. And I thought that was so fucking cool.
Oh yeah,
and
dude,
then
you have
here,
to go see that.
I want to see it because what's funny is there's videos from the area, kind of by Kemah and stuff, where people are filming. They're in like fucking McDonald's fucking
Mhm.
drive-through, and the whole every building's glass is like
Oh,
shaking.
dude, that's a lot of.
And they're like,
power.
"What the fuck is going on?" And you hear the fucking cashier. She's like, "The SpaceX," and then they're like, "Oh,
Oh, yeah?
And they look,
She's
they're
just
like,
like,
they're
"Oh,
looking
that's
around,
fucking
and you
nothing."
see it fucking go up in the sky, man. And it's a fucking sight, man. It's a fucking sight.
It
I
just
want to see
shakes
it.
windows for a mile.
Yeah.
It's powerful shit, man. It's powerful
Well,
shit.
so here I found something on it. So they named it Apep, which is named after, it's like a god who's the nemesis of Ra, the sun god.
Yeah.
And it says the point of Apep is to look for perturbations, changes in the Earth's atmosphere during the eclipse, with 4 small scientific instruments measuring changes in electric and magnetic fields, density, and temperature. The rockets will enter the ionosphere when the air becomes electric, and then it will do some measurements and do all this. But I mean, space
they're
is
they're
fake.
just
So
testing. Is that what they're saying? This is testing what's
yeah,
happening.
they're measuring for small changes in the Earth's atmosphere during the eclipse.
That's cool. Yeah, that's fine.
But it made me think of that one show, dude, because you got me watching that 3-Body Problem.
It's a good
Oh,
fucking
man.
show, man.
I want to start watching
Yes.
that.
So I told Chris, I'll just real quick because I don't know how far you are, but like it does have this kind of a lull a little bit, but it's a
I
good.
just finished episode 3.
Okay, so about 6, it kind of goes into like where it's really kind of tying some loose ends with the friends, you know. So it's a little more boring, I'd say, but it's still good. But man, we got we still haven't done the last episode yet, and I'm curious how they're gonna wrap this shit up because there's a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean? But it's good.
Well, can we say what the premise of the
We
show
already did.
is?
We already did. Yeah, there's, well, it's hard to explain, but there's basically like aliens coming. I mean, that's basically what it is. They're 400 years
They're
away.
coming to take over the planet, right?
Yes, they're going to come take over. And there's a group of humans who are supporters. They believe that they're like they're gods. ultimately.
exactly.
And so the aliens are working with these humans, and they're trying to eliminate scientists. They're either trying to recruit them. If you don't get recruited, you are killed. Because they don't want, in the 400-year span, they don't want this technology to ever come out. Because
so that's so the 400-year span. So it's going to take them 400 years to get there. They know they're on their way.
Yeah.
And then I guess they're like communicating with them.
Some of them, yes.
But yeah, like they don't want them in the way to get what?
Well,
like
so they're able
question?
to manipulate certain things on Earth, only certain things, and the supporters of this race is basically like they're conning and tricking, like mind fucking these scientists. They're basically saying if you don't stop your work, like you're something bad's gonna happen. That means they die.
Exactly.
And so the reason that they are forcing them to stop their work is because they know that the technology, like one girl's creating nanofibers, which are like extremely tough. And so they know that if that's created and how that will develop over the next couple hundred years, they won't be able to beat the world.
Exactly.
Because
it's like Terminator 2, you know what I mean?
Because that race of aliens have not been able to develop as fast because the planet's so hostile that they can't actually develop because they the planet keeps dying and dying and dying. And so that's why they're coming here. So they want us to not be as strong as we can be so they can actually take us over. That's basically the premise of it. But it has to do with AI. It has to do with like, it's like, it's weird, man. It's a fucking great show. Actually, I really do enjoy it.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, the acting is like, you know,
the Asian
middle to high.
Some of it's kind of weak, but I will say that you will fall into it more and more. You realize it's not that bad after a while. But the Asian dude who's also in whatever that Marvel comic one is, that Chi
Jackie Chan?
No, well, it's kind of like that, but it's that older Asian guy. He's actually really good, man. I actually really enjoy his character, but most of them are fine. It's not like you're not getting a fucking Grammy for this shit or Emmy or whatever.
Well, I mean, there's a couple guys from Game of Thrones that are in it, so I mean, that was a fucking hit.
It's a British movie, you know. This takes place in Britain or whatever. So, show. I could say movie, but show. But yeah, it's worth watching. I'll say that. It's worth watching. It hits on all the stuff that we talk about in some form or another. So it's good stuff, man.
Yeah, no, it makes you really think, like, what if that's what this whole thing is about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, our politics are so menial, like, who gives a shit, when it's really just about, we know that there's this fucking race that's going to come over and take us over from a different planet.
Well, and it's set up weird too.
What they did say,
years.
They did say is like, what happens if you know your planet's going to be destroyed is you go to another planet. And you have Elon Musk wanting to go to Mars all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he even just talked about it today. Like, our goal is to populate Mars and all this shit. And I'm like, why is he so obsessed with populating Mars?
Dude, I mean, I think it's, listen, just to kind of knock it real quick, like, it's not a big deal for me, is that, like, I just feel like, especially at his age, he's a little bit older than us, right? Like, he's older than us for sure, but.
Muskie?
Yeah, but you got to understand that, like, when we were growing up, that was kind of part of the whole sci-fi movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just in movies and talked about.
Total
like,
Recall, the third boob.
Yeah, man. It's like, I
he's
can
52.
understand. 52. So he's 13, 14 years older than us. But
no.
Point being is that, like, it's not shocking that that's one of those kind of, like, curiosities that some people still have, man. It's the ultimate exploration. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, if you have the capability of getting into space, why wouldn't the next move be to go to a planet and see what you can do there?
Well, and I don't know that it even comes down
Why not
to, like,
the moon, though? You know?
Well, maybe
because the moon's a hollow spaceship.
Yeah, that's a fucking bell, bro. But here's the thing. Even if you didn't populate the planet to, like, a severe extent, like, you could still harvest things from the planet, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe there are things or different, you know, plants or medicines that we could, you know, get from her, or minerals that would be good, or oils that we could
maybe
use.
Mars is more capable of becoming a livable habitat than our moon is.
I mean, it's just Nevada.
They just have to plant like
just
20
Nevada.
billion trees.
Mars is just some desert
it's
in America anyways. So it's
when I look at Mars, I think of what a gigantic planet and perfect planet for the fucking hippie fest out in the desert.
Oh yeah, Burning Man.
Burning Man. Just
absolutely.
one giant planet of Burning Man.
Yeah, man. You could do Burning Man and Salt Flats all on the same day. You know what I'm saying? It's just lots of flat ground. Fucking, it's weird. It's a weird one. I would love to know. That's one question I would have. It's like, I want to know if that's really real or if that's just bullshit. Because just the
Mars?
the shit that you see. You know, because we all know that NASA has faked photos. We know this.
Oh yeah.
And their reasoning is, you know, it was better than the alternative. Like they couldn't get good photos, so they were trying to like mimic those photos. That's what a lot of people say. But I want to know if those photos are real. I want to know because if they are, if God could tell me, Dave, those are real photos, I'd be like, God damn. All right.
He
I'm
probably
actually
would.
into this.
He'd be
That's
like,
fucking
you
sick.
want to know?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. Those are fake. Those are fake as fuck.
Fake as fuck.
Yeah, I think there was a guy who was talking. He had a video and he was like doing side by side, and it was like a picture from like National Geographic.
Yeah.
It was like a legit photo, right?
Yeah.
And then he pulled up a picture of a desert here in like Nevada or something, and it was exactly the same, like the fucking rocks, the formation, and all that stuff.
I'll say this though. I want to believe that they're smarter than that, right? Like they're not just going to go to an obvious, well-known place and take a photo of it, because then people would find out, right? Like you'd go to some obscure fucking location that no one's really been to. And you know, listen, just like the other way around, you could easily say that somebody could easily say, oh, this is a picture from Mars, and they put all the little writing, and it's really just an edited photo that they took, you know what I'm saying? And made
AI
it red.
photo.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it can be fake on both ends.
Could it be just an AI?
The people
photo?
trying to disprove it could also have fake photos. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
because
that's
think
true.
about it.
Mhm.
If NASA, like the argument is, if NASA was completely fake, all of that billions of dollars that we're spending on NASA, I don't know if we're doing that anymore.
I don't know if it's that much. No, I don't know.
It's like just a massive money funneling operation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because if NASA didn't exist, but people were told that, hey, you have to pay taxes and this will whatever go to that. It's like, whoa, okay. So that would be the argument for it, is like they have to create something, you know, to be like, hey, look at what we're doing. Like this is a justification for the funding of this government program.
I honestly think there's more to it. I think that like a lot of the stuff that we assume that NASA's getting funding for, or let's just say like SpaceX, right? Like, because NASA, I think SpaceX really is the one that's probably utilizing the most right now over NASA even.
Well, NASA bought out SpaceX. I mean,
Well,
I understand. SpaceX was going bankrupt and NASA bailed out their ass. So
That's fine.
I mean, it's pretty much.
But I'm
owned by
saying, like,
NASA.
I would like to think that, like, there's money going to, I mean, listen, I believe in that whole, like, space program shit. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that
the
that's
White
a
House
thing.
proposed $27 billion for NASA's budget in 2024.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But listen, you guys talked about, hey, I mean, we talked about cyber attacks and all these other things and flares. Like, I want to believe that, like, I want to
But
believe
that's
in
military, dude.
But
I
That's
know,
also,
but-
but also
yeah, but
apparently NASA has like over 30,000 employees.
Who I know, but who do you think? Like, who do you think? Like, I know you're saying military, NASA, very different, but are they? Like, really, are they? Because like, I don't see
Now
them,
I don't know.
I don't see the military just taking shuttles up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to utilize what we have, and what we have is NASA. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I want to believe in Armageddon, bro. I want to believe in the movie Armageddon. I want to believe that we can eventually send some dudes up there on a rock and fucking blow that motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
Yeah.
what SpaceX would be used for.
Yeah.
If there ever was like a world-ending thing happen, it'd be a private company that would actually get the job done.
and they go to some.
Or
they
like,
go to,
no, that would
some
be
oil
Space
rig.
Force.
they go to
Well,
an oil
Space
rig.
Force isn't a private company.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you wouldn't need NASA. You'd have Space Force. So it's
Space
like
Force.
NASA is
No,
this not civilian side, but it's more of
Yeah,
like
but
the
Space
softer
Force-
side of space.
Space Force doesn't have like rockets and shit that can actually go up
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
SpaceX would be used for
You
that.
have to use NASA because we don't like. There's literally two. You got Florida and you got Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To shoot rockets up like that. They have the facility to do it. So you'd have to use their shit. You'd have to.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where
What
they
is-
kind of bleed in together. That's why the government's paying them $26.2 million or whatever it is.
What does Jeff Bezos use? Or what does he use? Like,
don't know.
where
Oh,
does
his
where
Blue
does he
Origin
launch?
shit.
Where did he launch from?
I have no idea.
That's a good
I'll
question,
look it up.
actually. His dick rocket.
And then
China.
the other
Probably
the other
China.
billionaire, right?
Probably China, dude.
Uh,
But who was it? Who was the other billionaire that went?
God, I can't remember his
I
name.
can't remember either, dude. That was an ugly rocket, though. I wouldn't have.
I know
That was
He's
equivalent
like-
for like that submarine going to the Titanic. I don't know if I'd get on that fucking thing, dude.
Yeah.
It'd fucking implode on me. Blue Origin launches new Shepard rockets for where is it launching?
West Texas, or the company's from the company's West Texas site.
Oh, so they just
That's
had
right,
like a,
because Bezos put on the fucking the cowboy hat. Remember
Yeah.
when he had the
So
deal?
they just had like a fucking little pad.
Yeah,
that
they just
fucking-
used somebody else's that they're
That's
their own
sketchy.
shit.
Some backyard at some ranch. Fuck that shit. Look at that thing. It looks like a fucking ranch backyard pad, dude.
Yeah, here.
One is his rocket looked
That
like
looks like a
penis,
fucking
dude.
penis. Look
Oh,
at
hold
that.
on.
Looks like a fucking
Shit.
flying dildo, dude. Show that. That is a flying
Yeah.
dildo.
Tip and all.
Fucking
Just
tip.
the tip.
Like, look how tiny that fucking
I
thing is
know.
in comparison to like SpaceX shit.
If the aliens were watching us, they'd be like pussies. Look at this fucking pussy.
He's got little dick syndrome.
Yeah, I bet Elon looks at him and goes, "Look at that small dick rocket right there."
I bet Armageddon wishes they had this fucking when that thing shot up in the hole in the fucking UFO.
Yeah.
They're like, man, if we could have that Blue Origin rocket, it would have been really good.
Mhm.
Split the crease, man. You can, you know, yeah.
Oh yeah, a little motorboat.
Split
out
the
there?
crease.
What'd the guy say when he fucking went in there? What was that line that he
Split the
had?
crease.
What was the line,
you should,
dude?
you should use that with your wife tonight. Be like, hey, can I split the crease?
We're
Babe?
gonna
Dude,
split
she
the
fucking
crease,
kicked
baby.
me out of the bed so fast, man. So
And you're
fast.
like, what the fuck? Split
She'd
the
be like,
crease.
thank you for ruining the whole night. I appreciate that.
Oh god.
Yeah,
What-
dude, I would love to have you. You know, someday, Greg, when you get come hang out, you know, we should try to plan it around the launch, dude, and we should
We
go down
should.
for one of the
Oh,
days.
yes.
It's literally a fucking hour and 20 minutes away. It's not that far, and
It's
just
not-
to go down and see that, I think would be
I
really.
don't
fucking,
think it's that far, dude. Hour and 20? I don't think it's that far.
we just went yesterday, man. It was.
It's
an hour.
maybe an hour 20 to Galveston.
No, it was an hour and 30 minutes to get to Kemah, and it was about 10 minutes away from Kemah.
You can see like the NASA Space Center shit just going
Dude,
down the main
went
highway.
yesterday, man.
Hmm.
You
You guys
can
are
see it
like
from the
grumpy
main
old men.
That's way off.
You ever
dude.
seen that movie?
It's over at the Bay.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that used to be
To
I
get
used
from
love that movie.
to get from
Come on, I want to lay in.
to get from from the NASA Center to 45, you know, whatever that is, over to 45 was like 15 minutes off the road.
Well, whatever.
But I'm just saying, it's an hour, like no traffic. We didn't actually have that much traffic, but hour 15, hour 30, it's gonna be around there. It's not far. That's all I'm saying. It's not far. It's worth the trip, man. You go down early, you watch, you get a couple beers, you watch a fucking
Man,
launch.
why don't they do that?
Serve
Like
beer.
if they're every time they launch a rocket, just have like stadium seating, serve beer, have it like a fucking
Yeah,
baseball game or something. People would
Mhm.
get fucked
A
up.
UFC event.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
people
Have
would
like
get
cheerleaders.
people would get fucked up and watch rockets fly into the sky.
Yeah, man. Whitney was saying on here, because obviously she's in Florida, so she's seen some, and she was like, it's an incredible thing to see. And I'm telling you, I don't think a lot of people have seen that in person. You know, even for me, it was such a distance, but you could see it. I think that would maybe change some people, because it's like, you know, when you hear like, oh, it's all fake, and people are like, oh, it's fake, but when you see it, it's like, Jesus, man, this thing is fucking insane.
Like, can
man.
you imagine like you have this rocket launch planned, right? And the whole day before it, because they got this like T-minus 12 hours.
Oh yeah.
And all the way leading up to this whole 12 hours, you got like live bands playing, you got like food trucks, and you got fucking all kinds of shit going on. It's like a huge fucking thing. And then right at the last minute, like you have like a 2-minute warning, and everyone gets in the fucking stands, and they're all fucking hyped up and piped up, and then
You have the music increasing,
there's
swelling.
there's fucking music going, and everyone's got their fucking beers, and then you hear the engines fire up, and everyone's just like, "Fuck yeah!" Like that would be a fucking event, dude.
It would be sick.
Yeah.
We will
and
rocket
pyrotechnics, fireworks.
you. We will rocket you.
America.
You know what I mean?
That would be sick.
We will
It'd be so
rocket
sick.
you.
They got like
Is that what you said?
they got fucking Limp Bizkit out there, fucking putting on a show. Fucking yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? I think people
That
listen,
would be awesome.
that's what's the saddest part. Take away all the like what could be fake, what could be real. Like if you go back to when you were a kid, okay, and we all had like rocket ships or like Matchbox that were like space shuttles and shit. Like that was such a fucking amazing thing. You know what I mean? The idea behind it and the whole thing behind it was such a crazy thing. I think people just lost that.
Well, yeah.
They just lost it because
Well,
it only happens in certain parts of the country. So a lot of people never will see that.
Yeah.
Well, it's always one of those like mystery subjects. You know what I mean? Like it's always like a sci-fi movie is about like somebody wanting to join NASA. Like remember the movie Gattaca?
Yeah.
That's like where Ewan McGregor or something. I think it was Ewan McGregor.
I can't remember. It's
Whatever. One of those guys. No, it was the other guy. Forget his fucking name. But he wanted to join like this NASA program. I don't know if it was straight up NASA, but to become like a rocket scientist, he didn't have like the correct DNA. It was a very futuristic kind of movie. And so he was swapping Jude Law.
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke and Jude Law. He was like swapping roles in
Uma
DNA.
Thurman.
Yeah, Uma Thurman, dude.
Wow. I've never seen this.
Dude, it's a great movie. And it holds up, dude. It actually holds up.
Huh.
You should watch it.
Weird.
But yeah, so it's about him trying to get into like a spaceship program and Whether or not he does, I'll leave that up to you to watch the movie. I don't want to spoil it. 1996.
There was a point when we were kids where like the idea of being an astronaut was like being a firefighter. Man.
Was like the epitome.
And
of
I guarantee if you ask a bunch of school kids of any age, what do you want to be? You're going to hear no one talk about being an astronaut. It's just a
there
weird
was one.
thing.
There was one.
One?
Yeah, because like my kids, this is like so stupid, but like they go to a pre-kindergarten, like the whatever Smart Start, whatever the fuck it's called.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a preschool.
And so like when they graduate, you know what I mean?
Oh.
I mean, come on now. They have to go to the edge of the stage, say their name, say what they want to be when they grow up, and then they just jump off.
And
it's like,
they crowd
like
surf.
They jump off a bridge?
Yeah.
What?
And they go like, fuck you. Don't do what you tell me. They're like Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, okay.
No, but yeah, they just, it's like a 3 foot, just little jump off, But there was one kid who was like, I want to be an astronaut. I was like, whoa, who wants to be an astronaut now?
That's impressive,
Okay.
bro. That's impressive because I feel like that's
Dude.
not a thing, dude.
There was one kid who was like, I want to be a stay-at-home dad. He jumped off.
Oh, no.
I was like, okay, yeah, goals, baby.
I want to live off the government. Woo!
Exactly. Welfare.
Hey, there's no knock. There's some. If you can do it, I mean, if I was capable of just being a stay-at-home dad,
Oh, sure.
would.
Yeah, I mean, if you were like, yeah.
But it's
You're
like
capable.
this kid hasn't even gone into kindergarten yet. He's talking about being a stay-at-home dad. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, man.
make it happen, dude.
I want to be
Yeah.
like my dad. He's a pussy. He doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
oh god,
Just kidding, dude. It's weird though, right? Because like the idea of a stay-at-home dad has just never been a thing until recently. It just really hasn't. I'm not dogging
yeah,
it.
until recently.
I'm not dogging it because to be fair, like obviously women are out getting jobs. They got great paying jobs and stuff. And like I would feel weird about that. I gotta be honest. I'd feel weird about it. I would. I'd just be like,
I would too.
No, if my wife made like a ridiculous amount of money, like I wouldn't feel weird about it.
Oh, I would feel weird about it.
Why?
I just feel like regardless of how much money you make, like I see that's what
I wouldn't feel fulfilled. Right?
I wouldn't feel
You'd
fulfilled.
like
I wouldn't feel like I
you'd
was
feel
doing
I'm not
my
saying-
part.
I'm not
why am
saying I
what am
wouldn't-
contributing.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have something I do on the side, like do
yeah.
something from home or work from home doing something or like
Do a podcast.
something like that.
Yeah,
But I mean, why not?
I just for me, I'm just talking about me. Like I would just not feel good about it. Like I just wouldn't feel good about like
Chris, Dave is the alpha fucking male.
No,
okay?
it's
Double
not.
alpha.
Dude, it is not about like a competitive. Like if my wife made more than me, I wouldn't care about that. I'm just saying like if she made a significant amount of money and like I just was like, well, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. She's still working hard. Granted, she's making a lot of money, but like I just would be like, man, I really need to like pull my weight. I'd make me more motivated to try to make more money. Like with whatever I'm doing. Like that's just how I am. Like
well,
with it.
I mean, would you feel like she could hold that over your head in an argument? Be like,
I feel
oh
like she
yeah,
could.
like what are you doing,
I feel
Dave?
like she
Huh? It's
could.
not like what are you bringing
I
home?
feel like she could. She'd just go find
Yeah.
another dude. Makes a lot more money than I do. It's like, you haven't done
Oh,
shit,
shit.
2 years. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Or a woman.
I'd
You
be
never
like,
know.
"Fuck, what? No, she wouldn't do that. But you get my point. I have that thing, and it's weird because like my dad was not great with like holding jobs, man. He just was not. He just was not good at it. And my mom, she worked her ass. She didn't make a ton of money. She worked her ass off. But I saw that. And he would do side jobs, and he did a bunch of shit. And he always made enough money to get the stuff. Even after they divorced, he always like survived. I mean, I'm literally just putting it bare minimum. He survived.
Yeah.
But I grew up with that. And I'm just like, I don't want to be that. Like, I don't want to be that guy.
That's a different thing.
No, my mom, like I said, my mom made good money. Like it was decent money at the time. Like we had a nice, it's a small home, but we had a nice home and stuff. And I just was always like, my dad's kind of lazy, bro. I just knew it. Like he just wanted to work on his motorcycle. He just wanted to fucking build cars, build his race car. He did the race car thing, and he'd make money on it occasionally. But I always looked at like, yeah, it's cool that you like are into this, but I'm like, you don't really provide that much for us. I remember that. My mom was working her ass off, bro. And he was just doing his thing.
Dude, that is a big thing though. Like I always make sure to work off my ass in front of my kids. I'd be like, see how hard I'm working, son? Come on.
He has squats. Like,
Work off your ass. Huh?
Yeah, it's a weird way to put
Or
it.
work
but-
my ass off.
Yeah,
what did I say?
You said work off my
Did
ass.
I
I make
sound
sure-
transsexual?
I make sure I work off my ass.
I make sure
in
my
front of
kids
my
work off my ass.
I'm trying to be more transsexual in the spirit of
Oh.
transsexual visibility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
So,
know if
yeah.
that's. I mean, I understand that. Like, it should be able to go both ways. You know what I mean? Like if we were making 200,000, 150, 100,000, whatever, and the wife didn't want to work and we could live off of it. Yeah.
No,
You know?
I'm saying like if my wife made a shit ton of money and was like, we only need the one income. We don't like, there would be more time dedicated to the kids.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And I would, if I was that, I would make sure like she would never have to do anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because especially like if you, if she got off work and you're the stay-at-home dad and she still fucking cooked dinner and fucking did all the laundry and still did all that,
you're a piece of shit.
You're fucking up. Bro.
Oh yeah.
But and you know what? To Greg's point, Chris.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah. What it really comes down to is like, yes, you're 100% right, man. Like if that's the setup that you have and you aren't doing your part, you're not doing everything else. But like really what it comes down to for me is what Greg said. And that's like, I wouldn't feel good about it myself. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't feel good about it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, you know how it is. We were unemployed for a while. We were doing the show and stuff. And like, even then you're just like, you know, it's just, you can get into a lull with shit a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you can get into a lull.
Yeah. You can fall into some bad habits.
And you can also
yeah.
like, it starts fucking with your brain, man. The end, when I was like applying for jobs here, when we got here, my wife even was talking about the other, she's like, man, you're so much better right now. You're so much happier right now. It was getting like dark, man. Like it was getting to where I was like getting a little depressed.
That's a different situation though.
Yeah, because we needed I understand like we were in
it wasn't
financial
like you were
situation.
it wasn't like you were perfectly fine and you were just looking for a job. It was like I fucking need this right now.
And
it's
I get
not
that.
happening.
But there is a part where like
OnlyFans, Dave. Come on, dude.
no, I
So I can make it happen, bro.
Dude, you could have sold some dude feet.
Papa Bear.
I don't think they want us.
Dude, I guarantee there's a market for dude feet.
Maybe like the assless man. You know what I'm saying? Like they want that flat
You can
back.
cover your face.
Maybe.
Put makeup on your tattoos so nobody knows who you are.
I don't know, man. That's it's dirty.
Squeeze some peanut butter between your toes.
It's fucking
Come
dirty,
on.
man. There's something about it's dirty.
Dude, you can
dirty.
let the
Dude, yes. Hold on.
Whoa.
Can we please play this video? I bookmarked something. You
Okay,
guys just
okay.
like made me think about this shit. I want to play this because it's fucking weird. So this was Libs of TikTok. They they put out this video of somebody performing their sexual fetish at Planet Fitness.
Oh.
Whether or
What?
not it's a sexual fetish, you know, you could be like, I don't know if that's the right phrase, but
Okay.
it's like BDSM.
So is
where
this
the
person's
man
on a weight machine, right?
The person.
So the
filming.
woman is working out and the man is being her slave.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like putting his face on the floor, unchaining her feet from the little fucking pulley system. And she does something at the end. I don't want to ruin it,
Okay.
but
Let's do
it's
this.
a little perturbing.
I'm fucking curious because their pants match the fucking gym equipment. It's
Oh,
weird,
that's
dude.
true.
Yeah.
That's
And you get to see some hiney here. So okay, look,
okay.
here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, bitch, switch.
Hey, bitch,
Whoa.
switch. Oh,
And so the man is on the floor, being the bitch.
Oh god.
what the fuck?
Wash your hair, bro.
I'm out.
And then look, she's bowing now. See, you get the tush here.
Yeah, but
Okay, what
She's
the fuck?
doing the glute kickbacks.
I
You
don't
know what I
believe
mean?
this. I don't believe this.
Yeah, I want,
That guy is
You think
not
it's
worthy.
fake?
Well, I just listen. I don't
I'm
know.
not worthy.
He just seems.
I'm not worthy.
Is that Wayne or Garth?
No, that's his hair's too dark to be Garth.
Yeah, but watch this part. It's coming. Hold on.
Okay, he's unbuckling the leg
Yep.
again. He's like switching it out for her,
And then here comes the surprise.
and then wait, what was that?
She spit in his mouth, bro.
Spit in
She
his,
hocked a loogie on him.
oh, like on him or in his mouth?
in his mouth, probably.
Oh, was it?
You
No
couldn't,
way.
You couldn't tell if
Yeah.
it was like in his mouth.
I bet you it was. I bet you it
Oh,
was.
Dave knows. He knows exactly who this guy is.
I bet you.
He's
Yeah,
like,
but-
that's freaking
so-
Stoner Steve.
So is this
I've seen
guy
him.
just blown loads the whole time this is happening?
I don't know. See, I don't know if it's like a sexual fetish or it's just like a comfort thing. You know,
Or-
like adults who dress up like babies.
Yeah.
Is it like real? Like, is it like? I don't know.
Dude,
man.
libs of TikTok.
I know.
Is that even real? Like, I mean,
Well, I mean,
that
to
fucking
some
account's
people.
kind of crazy anyway.
but like,
I
why
just-
even put out a fake video like that? What would be the point?
Because it's a thing, and I think like it's a thing that gets mocked frequently. You know what I mean? The
And it
whole
gets
cuck
shared.
shit, the like cuck stuff, and the like the dominatrix stuff, and listen, people make videos mocking stuff all the time. It looks real. They were acting like it's real. I'm looking at it like this. I'm not saying that woman was a
That guy
fucking,
definitely did need a shower though.
He did. I'm not saying she's a 10. I'm not saying she's a fucking 7. I'm not saying anything. I mean, she seemed like she was in shape. You know, she works out. And I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, that's who you want to be your fucking, you know what I mean? Like your man toy, like that guy. I don't know.
Dude, he was probably paying to do that.
Maybe.
You know,
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. I mean,
That's
maybe.
what I'm thinking, dude.
Yeah, man. But geez,
Instead of bondage, it's you go and you be a bitch. Like literally.
that was my son. I'd be like, you're not my son anymore. I don't know what's going on with
Like,
you, man.
if you're paying to be somebody's bitch like that, like, is there is there a term for that? Like, is there something else other than being called a bitch that's like lower?
So scum. No, I don't know. But it's like the
I think it's a cup,
sadomasochistic
bro.
stuff.
I think
just-
it's-
yeah.
Who was it, dude? Who was it? Al? Who's the like sports guy who got caught doing that? It's like these people in power.
Yeah.
Usually, these men with a lot of
Yeah.
power, they pay to be degraded.
Well, it's because they have so much power that they want to feel like they don't have control of something. But this guy seems like he just never has had control of anything, and that's his only means of fucking an end. You know. Because that's okay. I have nothing against. Listen, if you can't get a girl, I'm trying to word this the best way.
AJ in the chat says she's boring. Send him for a date with me.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
If you can't if you can't get women, you know, if you're like that person that's very socially awkward, you can't get a female, you're not good at talking to people. Listen, there's only a couple alternatives. You live a very lonely life, right? And you just work and do your shit. That's the best case. You pay for this kind of shit because you need to have feel like somebody wants you around, or it goes to the darkest shit where they start to be predators, man. And so I'd rather see a guy pay for this and get his rocks off than turn into the predator. Because if you watch those predator shows, it is people just like that. It is people who are never going to get a female. They struggle and they turn to the people that will give them attention. And unfortunately, that's younger people. And it's gross.
That's been the argument for legal prostitution. You know what I mean? Like all these guys that are like want to get their rocks off, they could just pay and go get it done.
Dude, I got to be honest with you. I don't hate it.
I don't have any problem with legal prostitution, honestly.
No, I don't.
Like if you decide that's the way you want to conduct business and make money, I feel like that would be for you to decide. And obviously there's going to be people that pay for that.
Yeah.
But if that is going to be a legal business model, it would have to be regulation just like everything else.
Well, that's the thing is I don't see, if you really break it
Gonorrhea
down,
free.
Yeah, I don't understand how people don't look at it as, you look at the marijuana industry, right? You know, you have it where it's taxable. You have it where it's coming from a clean environment. You're not going to the streets to get it.
Well, how is it any different than someone subscribing to an OnlyFans?
Well, I don't care about OnlyFans.
It's more physical.
I'm talking about,
so it would actually cost more.
What are the issues with prostitution? It's the grapes. It's the pimps that are fucking beating these women. So you get to where you can have a business model where these women actually are treated under business law, right? Like under the law of like working people.
Yeah.
You can't mistreat people. They can only work so many hours. You have to pay them overtime. Like if you get it to where they feel safe and they can do what they want, maybe they'll be in and out of it. You know what I'm saying? But
let's be honest, dude. Like the clientele, because I mean, you remember the show The Bunny Ranch? It was like that legal prostitution in Nevada or something, right?
I remember
The
what the Bunny
girls were-
Ranch is. I didn't know there was a show.
Oh, well, yeah, they did like a TV show and all that. They were on Howard Stern back
it was
in the
like
day and all
one
that shit.
season, I think, right?
Oh,
It was
really?
not
Something like it was on E or something. But like the girls would say like some of the clients would get like fucking they would just snap.
Yeah.
And it's like you got to think about it. Like when you get if you're like an agro-sexual dude,
yeah,
and then you get into that point where like you want to just choke somebody and you're like, ew, I don't know if I want this fucking.
But see, if you were in a place where there was security and there was a work, you know, and you could trust these people and they weren't hurting people, like that person would be taken care of.
Or you
They'd
just
be
be like,
arrested.
that's gonna be an extra $1,000.
I don't know about that.
yeah. Stick it in my butt. There's 10 grand.
I'm sure that some women like that shit, and they would. There's you want that kind of stuff? Go over to Becky over here in room 15. She likes that kind of shit. But no,
yeah, they could probably
No one wants their daughter doing that or man.
Well,
doing
no,
that, son
I'm
doing
not
it.
talking.
Just saying
yeah.
it happens. We know it happens, so why not make sure that it's at least done safely, man? You know,
well, it's like being a porn star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like prostitution if you think about it.
I mean, you're not getting into heaven with it, but you know, it's either way.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I just like I don't understand why we have women.
Well, it's-
because a lot of them are underage, man. Like, why do we let them just go out with pimps? We don't know anything about them. We don't know if they've been kidnapped. We know nothing.
Yeah.
And at least that way, you know, here's my ID. This
And then
is where
you
I'm
could
from.
honestly, if you wanted to, like they could tax the fuck out of it.
They could
too.
tax the shit out of it, man.
50%.
And honestly,
Yeah,
I'll tell you
right.
this. I and this is-
50% jizz tax.
Oh yes, dude. Yeah.
Hey, you want a jizz? You got to get taxed, baby.
tax per load.
Come inside.
Yeah.
$15
Tax
more.
load.
We're gonna issue trucking rules on this.
Yeah. Would you like
They weigh
the,
it. They weigh the fucking tax load. Holy shit, this guy's got a lot.
That's really gross, dude. That's really gross. And there's like fees, like when you leave the hotel and you drink the balls, they charge your card afterwards. Like, oh, you
God.
came in her.
Dude.
That's another $10.
Think about
That's
it.
on
Yeah,
there,
right.
Then they'd have pharmaceutical drugs that would like increase your load so they can make more money off of your fucking load tax.
God, dude.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus.
That'd be the next wave.
Man.
God dang it.
I mean, the thing is there's people that listen. We know.
Oh
we
man, I
know.
was overweight tonight. God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know as men
Heavy cream.
like how important sex is. It
Yeah.
is. And I'm sure as the women listening too understand that like having sex and being in relationships and feeling that whole sensation is an important part of being a human being, man. Like it can make you crazy not having sex, right? Like
Yeah.
I believe that. I think it's healthy to do. I'm not saying you should go fuck everyone. But like there are people in this world right now, lots of people in America, for example, that are pent up. They have no, you know what I mean? They have no love. They have
ways of release.
no connections with anybody. No one wants to have sex with them. And like those people go fucking nuts and they turn into creeps. They turn into people that go to parks and film people and take shots of under girls' dresses and fucking try to like pick up a 15-year-old. And those people are people that have no other, that's not an excuse. I want to be very clear. It's not an excuse for these people to do these things. But you want to know why they're fucking doing it? It's because there's nothing. So like let them go get their rocks off, man. Like let some girl who doesn't give a shit jerk that dude off, make him feel really good for the night, and he'll just be like,
so hold on though,
Yes.
because do you think that they would do it? Because I think the thrill of the chase and the thrill of doing those deviant activities is what they enjoy.
There's
right?
two separate things, Greg, right? There's people that are absolutely insane and are actual pedos,
Psychotics fucking people, yeah.
They only like that. That's
Sociopath.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the just the random people that are just fucking fat, fucking nerdy, like whatever the thing is. Like, and I'm not saying they're all turned into pedophiles. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying those people. Hey, man, I'm just
fat
saying.
nerds are pedos.
Look at the school shooters, man. Look at the school shooters.
Every one of them.
Look at the people that do crazy shit and just go, if he would have got laid the night before, would he have done it? And I would argue, maybe not. I'm just saying. The guy that shot up the theater, like if he would have got a little the night before, would he have done it? He might have been like, you know what? This feels great. I'm good. I'm actually good. I don't need this. I don't need to go.
Maybe there is something
Yeah.
to live for.
They have a hotline. You call and be like,
Yeah.
I'm about to do
You're
something
right.
real crazy. And they're like, we're going to send someone over right now. He's, thanks, man. We gotta go. Because you finish and you just go, oh my God. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And you
Oh, is that what you do?
go right to sleep
Okay.
because
That's
you're
true.
exhausted. You're like, you feel fulfilled and you just sleep like a fucking baby, dude. And you're like,
No pun intended.
you know what I'm saying? You feel good. You feel good. You go to bed feeling good, dude. And you wake up for work, you're like, yes. If you get it before work, you go to work and you're just like, hey,
Oh.
guys, you know the whole joke where they're
That's-
skipping
Dang, dude.
into work and
That
shit?
never happens.
Then you're sleepy tired.
No,
You're
man.
going, whoa, I need a
At
work
night,
nap.
you sleep well. In the morning, it's like a fucking energy drink, dude.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, it would be the same argument for like drugs and all that kind of shit.
Mhm.
Like if you could make it workable
Mhm.
and make money off of it and you could tax it and all that
And
kind of
make it
shit,
safe for people. man.
then what's the fucking problem?
I don't see the problem.
Like if someone
Morality.
wants
I mean,
if someone wants to
morality
come
and
in this
religion.
room
Yeah.
and fucking do heroin and zonk out in this fucking room for 3 days, he's not hurting anybody but himself.
Well, that and the emergency kind of services that have to come. Like we pay for the taxes for these emergency services.
No emergency services.
Oh, okay. Live and let die.
I just think I'm thinking of like
Well,
the,
you're making a decision on your own.
think if prostitution was like the fucking needle exchange. You know what I'm saying? These guys come in and they go, man, I need a fix, bro. I need a fucking fix, man. And they go, here's some needles, sir. Here you go. And like, you just walk into a place and you're like, I need to fuck. I need to fuck right now. And they're like, oh, sir, get him in the back room. We got to get him good. You know, and he's just like, ugh,
Dude, you bring up a good point though. So Dave, remember, like we were talking about this.
Yeah.
The sex robots over in China and like Japan and stuff. Dude.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Yep.
they have brothels with sex robots. Like you go stick your dick in a robot, and then you you have to pay for it.
Yep.
But it's like the robotic women, you know.
I would never do that. I would never want to stick my thing in anything that's been sticked with a bunch of, you know what I mean? Because I understand that, like, you know, people have sex with multiple people.
Yeah, I don't think I'd put my
like a rubber silicone.
I wouldn't put my dick in something that needs to be oiled regularly.
Yeah, man. But to your point, Greg. To your point,
like, you need to keep the maintenance on it.
In Japan and shit, where there's a lot more men than women, right? And there's a lot of lonely men. That seems to be what they're gravitating.
Is that true of Japan, or is that just China?
I think
like Japan has
it's
more.
probably true, because there for a long time they did regulate like population, right?
That was China. That was like
yeah.
Japan.
one
I'm gonna
child
look that
program.
shit up, dude. Japan men versus women ratio. Men-woman ratio. There we go. Let's see what it says. Japan has 3.45 million more females than males. 3.45 million more females than males.
Huh.
That's
Japan is.
So this backwards from what you were saying.
So the sex ratio is Japan in 2024 is 94.51 males per 100 females. So there's a fucking couple stragglers, bro. Yeah. And here's the thing. Some of those females, they only will sleep with 10 of those 100 guys. So you know what I'm saying? They're maybe almost equivalent, but they're picking the top of the fucking top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they're picking the fucking
crop.
best of the fucking best, bro.
The cream always rises to the top.
Man, they're
fucking macho man.
Their fucking population.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
Their population shit's going down.
It's going down, bro. It's because they're fucking robots.
Yeah, look at it. Like, this is the...
Whoa.
It's been going down since the
I mean,
60s,
look at the
bro.
Y-axis, though. I mean, how drastic is that downward?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's right now in 2023, it was at 1.3 births per woman, and it was at almost 2.5 births per woman. So it's dropped in half at least.
Oh,
since,
but
I guess that's since
it's still like
55,
1 to
huh?
2. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not like a
Yeah.
I bet they're fucking robots.
Elon says shit about that too, though. He's like they're on, like, I think he's talking about China, though, huh?
Yeah.
Where he's like,
He's just talking about the world, humanity.
Yeah, they're,
but
like,
like,
everything's
I
on
wonder,
the fucking decline.
Yeah.
I wonder what is Elon's purpose for humanity? Because I feel like he's using humanity as a tool to harness data or garner data.
I mean, who hasn't, man? I feel like everybody tries to gather data. They have since the beginning of time. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's a study, whether it's all the same shit. It's just one's digital and one's fucking analog, you know?
Or maybe he wants the population to be sent to Mars. He's like, you got to have babies because, like, in 20 years, we're sending them to Mars.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's looking at it like to sustain like all of the developed areas and nations in the world right now. We would need the population to grow more because it's declining at a rate that we would just have now cities that are unpopulated because we don't have enough people, you know, in time. Or is he talking about like society would just ultimately collapse because we just don't have enough people? That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe there's illness, you know.
That doesn't make any
illness coming up.
Well, maybe, but that doesn't make it. Collapse wouldn't make sense because of population decline. It would just mean the society is smaller.
I mean, but do you really think he cares, or is he just pointing out the obvious? You know, like,
he's probably just pointing
does he
it
really
out.
fucking care, or is he just saying, "Hey, yeah, people are not having children in China as
well"?
I just see.
I don't know.
I see
he has influence, dude. You got to think about his influence, like what people say or what he says people think matters, and some people just fucking hook, line, and sinker follow him and think that he's can do no harm.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, I think he is just pointing out the obvious. I think he does say things to get people to follow him.
I gotta be honest,
like
I am liking him more and more. I'm not reversing it.
Elon?
Yeah, I do. I just think, like, I'm trying to, like, be realistic with it, and I think it's easy to, like, if I just pinpoint any human, anybody, famous, not famous, I could find a lot of shit that annoy me and a lot of shit that they say or do that I don't like. I just think I like what he says. I like the way he talks to people. I like that he's no bullshit. I like that he just tells corporate, you know, fuck off and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I just think there's more to me. There's just more positive than negative, and I'm not saying he's not some shill or, but I just think that like,
yeah, I have concerns about like how much power he's going to have because he keeps on calling for UBI. He wants a universal basic income.
Yeah,
he wants the rise of AI. He wants like workers to be AI. And which is one reason why you're going to need the UBI is because you have AI taking over.
You'd have to
so
have
it's like
that if you had.
He's kind of contributing to that same problem.
Yeah, I feel like just like from my perspective of what he says, I just don't get that vibe. I don't know that maybe I'm wrong, and I'd love to be pointed out wrong on it, but like I feel like what he said is we're going to get to a point where UBI is like on the table, like not like he's like advocating for UBI. He's saying like we are building a society that will have to have UBI at some point. Yeah, I
think he's openly advocated for it. Even on the Joe Rogan podcast.
I want to see that because I remember him saying that like he thinks that we're going to get to a point where that's going to be necessary. Not that he's like,
I think he said that too. But then also carbon tax. He like recently just saying, hey, we still need to do a carbon tax. We need to do it's high time we need a carbon tax. Yeah. I think those were the exact words.
And again, man, just like Trump, just like anybody, okay? Like there is no human on this earth, none that are perfect. None that you're going to agree with everything on. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look at your friends, look at our friends, us three. Like all of us have quirks. They all have things that are like, oh, this fucking annoys me. Dave annoys me doing this. Chris,
but then you have to like wonder why.
Why?
Because like there's like Thomas
Massey, no perfect person,
or just like why are they so good on these like maybe 2 or 3?
Because they're human, man.
I don't know.
That's what it is. Because like even listen to us. I think that 80%, 90% us three agree on most things, right? When it comes to like how we want to, our families and like the morals behind things and how we want to raise I think we are very similar on a lot of ways, right? But that doesn't mean we're going to agree on this or that. You know what I mean? And we could add like the word, we could really disagree on it. And it doesn't, I don't go like, how could you, you know what I mean? Like it diminishes you by you saying that. Like this is not a thing.
I'm talking about like really important, pivotal, societal changing opinions. You know what I mean? Like carbon taxes, UBI, the rise of technocracy. Like he's voting for a technocracy. He wants a technocracy on Mars. That's what he said. And so,
what actually is a technocracy?
It's where you have the scientists and the educators run the government. And so it's basically you vote based on who's the smartest.
Well, fuck.
But then they have, if you look at what we went through with the COVID policies.
Yeah, I was just going to say COVID already proved that wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. So I don't.
But see, what you're talking about is like Mars. Okay, we're not even fucking close. I don't think we're close. But
not in our lifetime.
But what I am saying is like,
I mean, if he wants it on Mars, why wouldn't he want it here?
Well, here's the thing.
His grandpa was a technocracy. He was part of the technocracy.
I get you, man. Listen, I'm not saying he's all great. I'm saying that there's a lot of good things that he's doing. Like there's a lot of positive I think he's doing, and there's some things that are questionable. But I just think like what little I understand about history and the people that were creating things and doing things at historical periods of time. They were also weird, and they also had really great ideas. And then if you look at some of their other things, there were some real fucking head scratchers of like, what the fuck are you doing? And I think those kind of people, and I think Joe Rogan said it best, like the dude's brain just doesn't stop. He seems like he's constantly like working, constantly thinking of shit. And maybe he has so many things in his head that he just says it. And it's just like, is it really going to happen? Probably not. But some of it.
Well, and I think it's weird that he didn't have any of his children like just the old fashioned way. They were all IVF or like freaking in whatever it's called.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
He doesn't seem like a guy that's going to just pick up ladies. If he didn't have money, he wouldn't get a lot,
Dude, it's just,
guy's filthy rich.
I don't know if I could trust that.
Well, he took his shirt off and the fucking glow of the room is like the sun. You remember that? The fucking alien fucking.
True.
Yeah.
Listen, I agree with you, man. I'm not saying, I just, there's Trump, like with Trump or anybody, man. Like I like most of what Trump does. And there's things that I just go, that was really dumb. Like, how could you be for that? I get what you're saying. But, if we just base like everything off having to be perfect 100%, like we're never going to be happy with anybody. Never going to be happy with anybody. It's impossible.
No. I think that like the pivotal, like important things to be right on, I think that, well, depending on what you think is right,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Whatever is more important to you. And a lot of this like thinking comes from like listening to Dave Smith. And I go, I think that he's right on this, where people like were asking Dave Smith to run for the vice president for RFK Jr., right?
Oh, okay.
And he was like really like kind of like thinking about stuff. And then he was like, I don't think I ever would do that. But they also said that the Libertarian Party should fully endorse RFK Jr. Like they should come out like right ahead, blah, blah, blah. But then RFK Jr.'s stance on like the Israel, Palestine situation. Dave Smith was just like, dude, I just can't. Like, after explaining like his, thesis of why he could not, X, Y, and Z, these were the things that RFK Jr. said. This is what he said that he would do. And he's like, that goes against everything in my fucking, why I'm here. And I can't support that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. There's those decisions and those opinions that each person has.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So I just,
it matters what's meaningful to you, right? Like that's what it comes down to. And especially with like the Israel situation, like and I actually saved a clip. We don't have to watch it, but it was that fucking dude, the fucking loudmouth motherfucker.
Wait, which one?
Oh, fuck. It's the guy that hates Trump, dude. That's kind of flipping the switch a little bit.
Yeah. Michael something?
Michael Rappaport.
Oh, yeah.
He had that interview. And it was interesting. And there was a couple like kind of what's that called when you kind of take a video and talk over it afterwards on TikTok, whatever that is. But they were like, I'm glad he's changing his mind, but fuck him. Like he absolutely annihilated everybody that didn't take the shot, that was in New York City, that didn't do this, that voted for Trump. Like you fucking butchered everybody on fucking camera constantly. Now you're starting to see the light. So I'm glad you changed. But fuck you, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like too little, too late. Yeah.
But that's what he said. That was one of the things that he said. He's like, bro, look, I'm not gonna fucking like this whole Israel thing. Like, if you don't fucking support Israel, I'm not touching you, man. If you don't fucking support Israel, and listen, I get it. Some people, that's a fucking game changer for them. You know what I'm saying? And
wasn't he caught like on some sort of secret video, like saying that he would get paid if he promoted Israel? Like somebody caught him on like a fucking hidden camera or something.
Isn't he Jewish? I think he is.
Rappaport?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying like they caught him on camera. He's like in the hallway and he's like on his cell phone. He's like, so you're saying that like if I say this, and it might have been a joke.
It could have been.
I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been.
I don't know if it was like fucking like legit or whatnot, but
I think at the end of the day, like people are changing their mind. But like again, one thing can flip the switch, man.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, and that's the truth. So like let's and I also respect the fact that like you're not just kind of following a line. Anybody, Trump, like, listen, I don't agree with the whole vaccine shit. I don't agree with any of that shit Trump said, but if he actually believes that it's a positive thing, then that's his thing, man. He believes it, whatever, dude. And I'll judge you off of that. You know what I'm saying? But like, we know that there's people in parties that try to say all the right things, but they don't really believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They don't.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't want to get on Elon per se, but I don't know, man. That interview he just did with that one dude that touched his nuts and put it on a guy's lip. What's that guy's name? Lemon.
Oh yeah, Don Lemon.
Don Lemon. So he had a couple weeks.
Don
ago,
Lemon.
It was great. Don Lemon. He had an interview with Don Lemon, and
Elon did.
Yeah, and it was great.
He touched his nuts on his lips.
No, that's what Don Lemon did. Don Lemon was groping his dick. Remember, and he put it on the guy's mouth.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's called the lemon drop.
The lemon drop, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's what it was.
Well,
man.
so yeah, I actually heard that interview was why Don Lemon got fired.
It was
because Dave Smith played clips from the show and it was so fucking bad, dude. Like
it was
Don Lemon like was trying to argue with Elon. And
he wasn't
even,
you can't even call that argument. Like Don Lemon almost seemed like he had no clue about like what's happening in the world.
Right?
He's just
he
like
probably doesn't.
It was bizarre. And like it was bizarre hearing Musk try to like muster out enough sentences to say what he wanted to say, because he was just like, what do you mean? You don't understand what I'm
yeah.
What do you
Musk
mean?
Was like, I cannot compute how to
He can't talk to people that stupid. Like it's just it was pretty rough, man. It was pretty
Well, it's weird
rough.
because like Elon Musk, I don't think has ever had to explain what he just said like a minute ago.
Yeah.
And Don Lemon's like, well, wait, what are you talking? He's like, well, wait, how do I rephrase this? I have to think about what I said, and now I have to compute in a different manner.
He was also trying to trick Musk, man. He kept saying like
trying to trap him in things.
Elon Musk was
I
saying
haven't watched
like
the interview.
Elon Musk was like without getting detail. He was just basically saying like this could be a possibility in the future.
Exactly.
And he kept saying, so you're saying this is going to happen? He's like, I said that it could happen if we keep doing it. And he's like, but you're trying to tell people that we're going to, how do you even know that's going to happen? Like what you keep saying is going to happen. He's like, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it could fucking
Exactly.
happen. It was just repeating the same shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's not
He's
saying.
the whole time he's trying to put words in his
Yes,
mouth.
he's saying it's a possibility that if we keep going down here, this could happen. It was, and he's like, there's
Well,
no
not only
data
that,
to
but
prove that.
that's like the reason to warn people about something. Be like, hey, if you keep on doing this, this could be a consequence of that.
Exactly.
That's all he was saying.
Yeah, and again, it doesn't mean that I think that's a lot of him just saying like, and even with the population thing, I think he's just stating obvious facts, man. You know what I mean? If China keeps down this path, like they're growing as a power, but they're soon going to have not enough people to make that powerful thing continue.
And they'll just
crash down. And so
and that's just the basic essence of just looking at trends and looking at the data and looking at the trend of things, and then you can predict where it's going to go in the future.
And the man does love
data. Well, let me ask you this before we head out of here.
Yeah.
They always say, and they means they, the magical they.
Okay.
That China is the model for like the deep state model, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the socialism, the communism, the freaking dictatorship, all that stuff. What if the population decreasing is the necessary kind of evil to bring in the AI and all the drones and all that stuff? The automated workforce.
So you're saying they would have to have a depopulation to make that work?
It would be the testing ground for the automated society.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. Sure. Absolutely, man. Like, I think there's a couple different ways you could approach it, I don't know.
I don't think they would have to have a depopulation event or something happening to where there's less people for them to put that into
I don't
effect.
think so either.
Like they could just pick a part of the world or some place in the world that is less populated to do their tests on, and then it would
like California, all they have to do is raise the minimum wage.
Well, like they just fucking did.
Yeah, $20 an hour. Yeah, there's going to be so few fast food
I just
workers.
seen in New York too. They just made Uber Eats a minimum wage of $20 an hour if you're an Uber Eat driver.
Listen, I mean, it's inevitable. And so, like, I think, like, any time in history, like, where shit's drastically changed or, like, this new thing comes around, like, there will be other jobs created and other things will be invented that will create jobs. This is a weird thing that we're all getting freaked out about. But I think, like, in the process of how slow this is actually going to go, I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take time. And so I just think that we'll evolve past this as well, like we have with everything else. That's what I want to believe is going to happen.
I think eventually, at some point in the future, everything is going to be tech oriented.
Maybe. I'll say this. I'm actually excited about fast food being robots because I'm sick of my shit being wrong. I'm sick of it being wrong. I want a fucking perfectly cooked burger.
Dude, you go through a drive-thru, it's a good fucking chance your shit's going to be wrong.
It's high. It's fucking high. And then I don't have to try to talk to the crackhead.
It's either going to
have the job at McDonald's.
It's either going to be wrong or you're going to have missing shit.
Yeah, no sauce, no straw.
Or there's going to be cheese on that burger, and they're going to get that fucking burger slapped in their face.
That's a word. That one, the straw, it pisses me off more than anything. It really does.
Why?
Because I'm like, you gave me all my shit, but now I can't drink my drink. You fucking
oh yeah,
son
that's
of a bitch.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate when you specifically ask for like sauce or like ketchup or something, and then they just don't give it.
Or they give you ranch. Or I like ranch, but they just give you like hot sauce. You're like, what the fuck? I want a ketchup. This is hot sauce. It's almost like a slap in the face.
Barbecue sauce. What am I?
Yeah.
Since they're cracked out, man. They're all zombified back there. All right, man.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Good show, gentlemen.
Dude, hey. Oh, I was going to say. It's my birthday tomorrow. I was hoping we could fucking have a drink tonight, but never mind. Maybe on Wednesday.
But never mind.
We'll take a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll drink for you.
Yeah.
You want to take a shot with us?
I'm on vacation, so hey.
You are?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Fuck,
Spring break, baby.
Bro.
Shit. Hey.
I know. I'm raising the roof over here.
All right. Cheers, you guys. Hope you had a great Easter, great weekend, and on to this week. It's going to be fun.
Later, guys.